The first snapshot of 26.2, the Chaos Cubed drop. This snapshot was released on April 7th of 2026. Instead of a super flat world, I decided to use an actual world since there is a new biome. Anyway, we're going to start with the Sulfur Spring. Different sulfur springs can be found along the surface. They look like this. There are other variants of it, but this is generally what you're looking for. And when you see one of these, it means there is a sulfur cave just beneath it. Just like if you see an azalea tree, that means there's a lush cave underneath it. So here's the sulfur caves. They generate with bands of this red block, Cinnabar, and this yellow block, Sulfur. And they have these pools in them, sulfur pools. And they have two mobs that naturally spawn in them, cave spiders and sulfur cubes. Like I mentioned, here it generates sulfur pools. These sulfur pools have a noxious gas on top of them that spawn in from potent sulfur. If you stand in a sulfur pool with noxious gas, you get nausea. The potent sulfur can be under 4 blocks of source blocks under the pool surface and has a maximum radius of 3 for affecting where noxious gas will appear on the surface of the water. The potent sulfur can be crafted with 9 sulfur, like so. And the potent sulfur can be turned back into 4 sulfur blocks. There are 2 new block sets, the Cinnabar and the Sulfur set. You have the regular, the polished, and brick variants, as well as chiseled. And then, of course, there's potent sulfur on the sulfur side. Sulfur cubes. The sulfur cubes have different archetypes depending on the blocks that are inside of them. I will punch these and show them off. First, I'm just going to go through them. So first we have the regular. You get this by putting stone and material blocks in the cube. Bouncy, gotten through wooden blocks. Low flat, which is from metal blocks. Fast flat from organic blocks. Light from wool. Fast sliding from icy, but ice doesn't work. Slow sliding from shrooms. High resistance from soul sand and soul soil. And sticky from honeycomb. So, when you punch a sulfur cube or hit it with a weapon or anything, it does not take any damage. It also takes no fall damage. And depending on where you hit it, the direction it will fly. And then depending on how much damage is dealt, it will fly further. I did not test if knockback affects this. Makes it there. It seems to be unaffected by knockback. Anyway, this is what the regular looks like when it's bouncing around and stuff. This is what bouncy looks like. As you can see, I lost one earlier just trying to get it to its spot. Yeah. Okay. This is what slow flat looks like. As you can see, it barely moves. It's very heavy. This is what fast flat looks like. It does not go into the air, it just slides around on the floor. Well, I guess to some extent it'll go in the air, but generally it stays on the floor. This is what light looks like. Basically, it falls much slower. Oh yeah, different materials have different buoyancy levels. Like, you saw the wool floats, but the iron will sink. Fast sliding, this means it'll slide along the floor. It has very low friction. Then you have slow sliding from the shroom blocks. I mean, yeah, there you go. You have high resistance from soul sand and soul soil. As you can see, just barely moves at all. Oh my god. It's easier to push it around than to hit it. And then we have sticky from honeycomb. Let's see if I can, oh, it's stuck to the side of the wall. I was gonna try to put it on the ceiling, but it's stuck on the wall of all things. Oh. Oh, it doesn't stick on the ceiling. It did in the Bedrock preview. Anyway, it has no bounce and extremely high friction. That's its special properties here. Anyway, when you kill them, you get 2 tiny sulfur cubes, and they can be given slime balls to grow up. A lot of slime balls, apparently. Yeah, man. Okay, I'm not dealing with that. And you can pick up... Oh, there we go. And you can pick up full-sized ones with a bucket. To give them a block, you can either feed it directly to them, or you can drop it on the floor and they'll pick it up. As you can see. The block that's in a sulfur cube can be swapped with a dispenser. And to take the block off, you can shear it. Dispensers can also shear it. And there we go. Kill this guy before it becomes a problem. Okay. On to technical changes. They've switched the graphics API from OpenGL to Vulkan. I haven't spoken about this extensively on here, but if you're into the technical details, you probably heard this already. There have been minor tweaks to bounciness. We have tweaked how bed and slime blocks restitute entity velocity after collisions. For instance, when air drag is removed via the entity attribute, slime blocks will now correctly bounce mobs indefinitely. This may affect players' perceptions of bounciness of beds and slime blocks. Bouncing on a block or another collidable entity will create a vibration of 2. And a bug I have seemed to notice with these slime blocks. Normally you can hold space when you bounce on a slime block to dampen the bounce, but you can't right now. It just bounces you. That's it for the changes in this snapshot. I'm sure we're gonna see a lot more. It's literally the first snapshot. And goodbye.